Good evening. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Pro Wrestling Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Okay, folks. It has come down to the wire. Stardom. 5-Star Grand Prix. The finals this weekend. What a tournament it has been. A lot of ups, a lot of downs. But the finals is approaching. We are down to our final matches. And then, of course, the main event will be the grand finals. Where, of course, the winner will earn themselves a World of Stardom title shot. Usually at the last big show of the year. So, we got some very interesting scenarios. So, I wanted to get on here and go over these final matchups as they tie into the current standings. And see what kind of scenarios we got. And yeah, go from there. So, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to focus on the Red Stars first, and then go from there. Okay. Here we go. All right, so first off, let's do a recap of what the standings are to this point. All right. Of course, we know, as usual, Saya Kamitani had to forfeit this tournament after just one match in. So she finished 0-1, 0 points. Lost to Tam Nakano, and then had to forfeit the rest of her matches due to a dislocated elbow. Okay. Sitting at the bottom with only 4 points total is Starlight Kid. Starlight Kid has a record of 1-6. She has the one victory over Natsuko Tora. And she has the forfeit over Saya Kamitani. And she has losses to Tam Nakano, Syuri, Suzuki, Natsupoi, Hazuki, and Sourei. And her final match will be against Mayu Iwatani. Okay? Sourei has 6 points. She has a record of 2-5. She has victories over Starlight Kid and Natsupoi, the forfeit over Saya Kamitani, the losses to Tam Nakano, Mayu Iwatani, Suzuki, Hazuki, and Natsuko Tora. And her final match will be against her stablemate, Syuri. Okay. We have one competitor with 8 points. That's Hazuki. She has a record of 3-4. She has victories over Starlight Kid, Natsupoi, and Sourei. Has the forfeit over Saya Kamitani. But losses to Tam Nakano, Mayu Iwatani, Syuri, Suzuki. And her final match will be against Natsuko Tora. We have two competitors that have 9 points apiece, which are Natsupoi and Mayu Iwatani. Let's look at Natsupoi. She has a record of 3-1. She has victories over Mayu Iwatani, Suzuki, and Starlight Kid. Has the forfeit over Saya Kamitani. And the 3 losses to Hazuki, Natsuko Tora, and Sourei. and the one draw with Syuri. And her final match is against Nakano. Mayu Iwatani, she has a record of 3-3-1. She has victories over Suzuki, Hazuki, Sourei, the forfeit over Saya Kamatani, but losses to Syuri, Natsupoi, and Natsuko Tora, and the one draw with Nakano. And her final match will be against Starlight Kid. Okay. We have two competitors sitting at 11 points apiece, which are Nakano and Syuri. Let's look at Syuri. Syuri has a record of 4-2-1. She has victories over Mayu Iwatani, Suzuki, Starlight Kid, and Hazuki. She has the forfeit over Saya Kamatani. The two losses to Natsuko Tora and Nakano, and the one draw with Natsupoi. And her final match will be against Sourei. Okay, Nakano. Nakano has a record of 5-2-1. She has victories over Saya Kamatani, Syuri, Starlight Kid, Hazuki, and Sourei. Two losses to Suzuki and Natsuko Tora, and the one draw with Mayu Iwatani. And her final match will be against Natsupoi. And then the top two with 12 points each are Suzuki and Natsuko Tora. So, looking at Natsuko Tora, she has a record of 5-2. She has victories over Nakano, Mayu Iwatani, Syuri, Natsupoi, and Sourei, and she has a forfeit over Saya Kamatani, and two losses to Suzuki and Starlight Kid. And her final match will be against Hazuki. And then Suzuki, who has completed all of her matches, she finishes with a record of 5-3. She has victories over Nakano, Starlight Kid, Hazuki, Natsuko Tora, and Sourei. She does have the forfeit over Saya Kamatani. And then the three losses to Mayu Iwatani, Syuri, and Natsupoi. So 12 points. And like I said, she's completed all of her matches. Okay. So we got these standings going into the final match. Now, let's take a look at the actual Red Stars final matchups in detail, and I give my prediction. First, let's go with Hazuki versus Natsuko Tora. Now, with Natsuko Tora, who has 12 points, all she has to do is win her match. She wins and she's in by default, because she's the only one that can get 14 points. All she's got to do is beat Hazuki. I'm going to say that Hazuki is going to play spoiler, and I'm predicting she will beat Natsuko Tora. Yeah, that's my pick. I'm picking Hazuki to defeat Natsuko Tora and spoil it for her. Oh, yeah. Okay. Next up. Here, let me pull up the graphic. One second. Bear with me for a second. Okay. Next up, we have Syuri taking on her God's Eye stablemate, Sourei. Now, the scenario for Syuri, in order for her to make it to the finals, she needs to win this match. She needs Natsuko Tora to lose her match. And she needs Tam Nakano to either lose her match or end in a draw. If all three of those happen, Syuri will make it to the finals. She'll win the Red Stars and make it to the finals. Because she currently has 11 points. Here's my thing, though. Something tells me, some way, somehow, you know what? I'm going to go for it. Being that she has an NJPW strong women's championship match coming up that I don't see her winning, I think this would be a nice little something that Sourei wins. So you know what? I'm going to go with Sourei to upset and defeat Syuri to spoil it for her. Because I don't see Sourei beating Julia. So they got to give her something. So I'm picking Sourei to pull off the upset and defeat Syuri. Okay. And then, let's see. All right, next up, let me get the graphic up. All right, next up, we have Mayu Iwatani versus Starlight Kid. Now, of course, with either of these, I mean, neither of these two ladies can even make it to the finals. So I just expect this to be just a really excellent match between these two former friends, former MK sisters. But, I'm going to go with Mayu Iwatani to pick up the victory. But it wouldn't surprise me if Starlight Kid won. I could see her winning as well, but I'm going to go with the icon of stardom, Mayu Iwatani, to pick up the victory. All right. And then, where's that other Red Stars match? Here we go. And then the last Red Stars match, we got a battle of Cosmic Angels stablemates / Meltier tag team partners as Tam Nakano will face off against Natsupoi. So, the scenario for Tam Nakano, who also has 11 points, she needs to win her match, and she needs Natsuko Tora to lose her match. If those two things happen, then Tam Nakano will win the Red Stars and make it to the finals. Here's my thing with this. I know this is going to sound really crazy, but I'm picking Tam Nakano to lose to Natsupoi Therefore, I'm picking Suzu Suzuki to win the Red Stars and make it to the grand finals. And the interesting thing, the scenario for Suzu, because she doesn't have any matches left, she needs Natsuko Tora to lose, she needs Syuri to lose, and she needs Tam Nakano to lose or draw. That is the only ways that Suzu can win the finals. Yeah. So, which she's my pick. She is my pick. Because I know a lot of folks are probably thinking Mina Shirakawa, Tam Nakano in the grand finals. I just don't think we need that. I really don't. Like, especially not for the finals. That'll be way too... I feel like that'll be way too predictable. But that's just me. But looking at the scenarios for the Red Stars, Natsuko Tora has the easiest. All she has to do is win her match, and she's in by default. So she has the easiest scenario. I would say that Syuri and Suzu Suzuki have the two hardest scenarios. Because, like I said, Natsuko Tora, all she has to do is win her match. Tam Nakano, all she has to do is win her match, and she needs Tora to lose hers. But for Syuri and Suzu, so for Syuri needs to win, she needs Tam to lose or draw, and she needs Tora to lose. And then Suzu Suzuki, she needs Natsuko Tora to lose, she needs Syuri to lose, and she needs Tam Nakano to lose or draw. So Syuri and Suzu have the hardest scenarios. So, yeah. It's quite interesting. But I'm picking Suzu to make it to the finals for the Red Stars. Okay. Before we go into the Blue Stars, here's a quick word on the sponsor, Game Beauty. As you continue to enjoy content here at Blitzball Champ Gaming, be sure you take a moment to check out Game Beauty. Beauty inspired by gaming. Game Beauty brings to you video game related makeup and cosmetic products. You have products such as eyeshadow palettes, elemental pearl highlighters, eyeshadow brushes, liquid eyeliner pens by Akideris, and even non-makeup products like graphic tees. They even have special collaboration makeup kits, such as this Persona 5 Heat Wave Brush Single, Metaverse Bundle, and even a Phantom Thieves limited edition makeup collection. Also remember that Game Beauty provides international shipping of $60 or more. And if you use the promo code BlitzballChamp, all in caps, you can get 10% off of your order. So be sure to use that to your advantage. Now, back to your regularly scheduled video. Enjoy, and thank you. Okay, let's go ahead And let's switch gears to the Blue Stars. All right. Ready? Here we go. Okay. Blue Stars. So, first off, the standings. Sitting at the bottom with only 4 points is Hanan. She has a record of 1-6. She has the one victory over Azumi, the forfeit from Utami Hayashishita, but losses to Julia, Maika, Saori, Anou, Momo Watanabe, MIRAI, and Mina Shirakawa. Her final match is against Mariah May. Okay? We have one competitor with 6 points. That's Mariah May. Mariah May has a record of 3-5. She has victories over Momo Watanabe, Azumi, and Mina Shirakawa, but losses to Julia, Utami Ayashishita, Maika, Saori Anou, and MIRAI. And her final match is against Hanan. Okay? We have 4 competitors with 8 points apiece, which are Utami Hayashishita, Saori Anou, Momo Watanabe, and Azumi. Let's take a look at Azumi. Azumi has a record of 4-4. She has victories over Julia, Utami Hayashishita, Saori Anou, and Mina Shirakawa. Losses to Maika, MIRAI, Mariah May, and Hanan. And her final match will be against Momo Watanabe. Okay. Let's look at Momo Watanabe. Momo Watanabe has a record of 4-4. She has victories over Maika, Saori Anou, MIRAI, and Hanan, but losses to Julia, Utami Hayashishita, Mina Shirakawa, and Mariah May. And her final match is against Azumi. Alright, Saori Anou. She has a record of 3-2. She has victories over MIRAI, Mariah May, and Hanan. Losses to Utami Hayashishita, Momo Watanabe, and Azumi. And 2 draws with Julia and Maika. And her final match will be against Mina Shirakawa. And then we have Utami Hayashishita, also at 8 points. All her matches are done. She finishes with a record of 4-2. She had victories over Saori Anou, Momo Watanabe, Mina Shirakawa, and Mariah May. She had 2 losses to Maika and Azumi, and unfortunately, due to injury, which apparently it was announced that she has a cervical hernia, she had to forfeit her remaining matches, which were Julia, MIRAI, and Hanan. So, a very unfortunate break for Utami Hayashishita, as she used to be in the running for that final spot, but because she had to forfeit the rest of her matches, she had no chance. So, very unfortunate there. Okay, we have one lady that has 9 points. That's Mina Shirakawa. She has a record of 4-3-1. She has victories over Julia, Momo Watanabe, MIRAI, and Hanan. She has 3 losses to Utami Hayashishita, Azumi, and Mariah May, and the one draw with Maika. And her final match is against Saori Anou. Okay, we got two ladies tied at 10 points, which are Maika and MIRAI. Let's take a look at MIRAI. She has a record of 4-3. She has victories over Julia, Azumi, Mariah May, and Hanan. Losses to Saori Anou, Momo Watanabe, and Mina Shirakawa. Oh, and she does have the one forfeit over Utami Hayashishita. I'm sorry, I forgot to point that out. Her final match is against Maika. And then speaking of Maika, she has a record of 4-2-2. She has victories over Utami Hayashishita, Azumi, Mariah May, and Hanan. She has losses to Julia and Momo Watanabe, and she has 2 draws with Saori Anou and Mina Shirakawa. And her final match is against MIRAI. And then we have Julia sitting at the top right now with 11 points. She has completed all her matches. She has a final record of 4-3-1. She has victories over Julia, Momo Watanabe, Mariah May, and Hanan. She does have the forfeit over Utami Hayashishita. She has 3 losses to MIRAI, Azumi, and Mina Shirakawa, and the 1 draw with Saori Anou. But she's at the top with 11 points. Okay, now we're going to look into the Blue Stars matchups. Okay? So first, let's take a look at this one. Okay? Mariah May versus Hanan. Neither of these two ladies are going to be able to qualify for the finals. But I am picking Mariah May to win. Although it wouldn't surprise me if Hanan pulled it off. I mean, she only has 1 victory in this whole tournament. So maybe Hanan will pull it off. Actually, you know what? I'm going to change my pick. I'm going with Hanan. Yeah, I'm going with Hanan to defeat Mariah May. Yeah. So, Hanan for the win. Okay. Next up. Let's look at this Blue Stars match. We have Azumi versus Momo Watanabe. Now, same deal. None of these two ladies can make it to the finals anymore. They're both mathematically eliminated. But, you know what? I'm going to say draw. I'm going to say this ends in a draw. Just for the heck of it, I'm going to say this ends in a draw. Azumi and Momo Watanabe end in a draw. Okay. Next up, now we're going to get into some scenarios. All right. So we got Saori Anou versus Mina Shirakawa. Now, Saori Anou, she's mathematically eliminated. Mina is still in it. She has 9 points. Here's the deal for Mina. So in order for Mina Shirakawa to make it to the finals, she needs to win this match. She needs Julia to lose or draw. And she needs both Maika and MIRAI to end in a draw. So pretty difficult scenario for Mina Shirakawa. Pretty difficult. But I am going to say that Mina Shirakawa pulls off the victory and defeats Saori Anou. So I'm picking her to win this match. But like I said, she's going to need some help, though, even in winning this match. But I'm picking Mina Shirakawa to win. Okay. Now, we got the really, really big-time matchup. This is the really big one. MIRAI versus Maika. M and M. Okay. The scenario is very simple for both these ladies. All MIRAI has to do is win her match, and she's in by default. All Maika has to do is win this match, and she's in by default. And guess what, y'all? Guess what? I am picking Maika to win. Yep, that is my pick. My pick is Maika to defeat MIRAI. Now, for Julia, which I wanted to talk about this because she has completed her matches, her scenario is kind of similar to Mina Shirakawa's. So originally, she had to win her match, which she does have the win by default due to the forfeit from Utami. But Julia also needs Mina Shirakawa to lose, and she needs Maika and MIRAI to end in a draw. That's the only way that Julia will make it to the finals. But I'm picking Maika. So, there you have it. My finals pick is Suzu Suzuki versus Maika. And honestly, I am okay with either of those two ladies winning the 5-Star Grand Prix. Who do I think needs it more between those two? Maika. Because we got to remember, Maika hasn't held a singles title other than the Future of Stardom Championship. So, I think it'd be really big for Maika. You know, and like I said, Suzu, I'm totally for her winning the whole thing because she's another one that hasn't won a singles title in Stardom. But Maika's been part of the roster a lot longer. So that's the way that I look at it personally. But I'm definitely excited to see how this tournament comes to an end and who wins this year's 5-Star Grand Prix. Remember, last year, Julia won it. So let's see who ends up winning it in this last year, or in this year. And like I said, the finals will take place at the Yokohama Budokan, which will be this Saturday, September 30th. So, yeah, it's exciting. 5-Star Grand Prix will come to a conclusion. But also, I wanted to give folks a heads up. We also have the Azumi 10th anniversary show coming up, where, let me see, Azumi's going to be taking on, I believe it's Mayu Iwatani in a one-on-one match. Yeah, that's right, Mayu Iwatani. So that's October 1st. And that is also the date where Ami Sourei will get her shot at the NJPW Strong Women's Championship held by Julia. Same date. So we'll see how that happens. And also, I believe October 10th, there's supposed to be some sort of special press conference involving New Japan Pro Wrestling and Stardom together. So we'll see what that is. Maybe they're going to do historic crossover again this year, just like they did last year. Maybe that's what it's for, but we'll just have to wait and see. But that is my preview and recap of the Stardom 5-Star Grand Prix 2023. as we get ready to go into the finals, the final set of matches, and then we're going to see who gets to hoist that crown and trophy and who will earn a shot at the World of Stardom Championship at the end of the year, currently held by Tam Nakano. And of course, if there's the case that Tam Nakano wins this tournament, then she gets to pick her opponent. That's how that works. If the champion wins, she gets to pick her opponent. So, there you go. But that will do it for this video. Don't forget to check out the link to Game Beauty. And also, let me know what y'all's thoughts are for these upcoming final matches for the 5-Star Grand Prix. And let me know not only who do you think will make it to the finals, but who will also end up winning the whole thing. Because, as I said before, the only ladies left that have a shot at winning this whole tournament, from the Red Stars, Tam Nakano, Syuri, Suzu Suzuki, Natsuko Tora, and from the Blue Stars, Julia, Maika, MIRAI, Mina Shirakawa. So just to keep that in mind. But let me know what your predictions are. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell while you're at it. And thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. For another Pro Wrestling Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. My name is Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed evening, and I will see y'all in the next video. Later. Wax on, wax on.